going on, everybody? Welcome back to another brand new video, of course, as we talk about PlayStation's E3 conference. This is probably one of the best conferences this year. Like, I thought Microsoft was good, but they literally stepped it up, literally, again, another brand new year, and it's totally amazing, and they knew what they're doing. Like, they weren't there to talk, they were there to show. Which is probably what a lot of fans want to see in general. They want to see the games. They don't want to hear people talk about stuff, which is kind of like a downfall on Microsoft. Except I understand they do have to explain stuff, but for Sony's conference, they just show games. They're like, here it is. That's what you want. That's what's coming out this year or next year. I really respect Sony for what they did, and I love the openings. Every single year, I love the openings that they do for it. Especially since they did this year for Uncharted: The Lost Legacy. Yes, so they explain a lot more in this, which is really awesome, where they were talking about the Tusk for Gilgamesh. Now, if they find the Tusk, they'll probably find his tomb, so they can get the treasure, but at the same time, they have an enemy. They both have the same enemy, which is actually helping them out. Then they find that apparently there was a betrayal, so I'm kind of curious how it's going to all play out all together. I would love to see what's going to happen. And I can't wait to get the game, which is actually coming out August, not October, August 22nd, 2017. So it's going to be really awesome to see that game come out and everybody can play this game because it looks really good. So the next game they showed was Horizon Zero, which I was like, well, maybe this is a second game they're putting out or something. Technically, it's just a DLC, another brand new story, which is called The Frozen Wild. And they didn't really show too much for a teaser. They're just like, this is a DLC. This is what you guys can get if you guys enjoyed Horizon Zero. So the next game is called Days Gone. Now, they didn't show technically too much information. They did show about where you can use environmental stuff, you can move traps and all that stuff, try to get people's attention, how to make a zombie apocalypse, go after everybody that's in this area. So there's a lot of different ways that you can kill your enemies in the game. So it's really cool. And then of course they had this one zombie thing, which is a freaking bear that had like barbed wire and all that stuff around it. And I'm like, oh my god, this, like, how would you fight this thing? First off, it's a freaking grizzly bear that's a zombie, and it has a lot of things on it, like weapons and metal, and just too many things to mess with at once with a bear. So this game, they didn't really explain too much, but it's called Monster Hunter World. Now, I was actually a little surprised to see what this was. This was technically usually on, I think it was the PS Vita and also the 3DS. I think that's what it was, because I remember they did have those games for the handheld, but it's very interesting that they're bringing this to PS4. So I like how they're bringing this world, this era to not from handheld anymore to literally the big screen. So it was really awesome to see how it was. I wasn't quite sure what it was at first. I was like a little, you know, curious about what it was, but the way it turned out was actually really awesome. And I know a little bit of Monster Hunter. I can't really say like too much because I haven't played technically the handheld. I've seen clips and all that stuff, but just seeing this in general looks fascinating and amazing for literally so many fans to play. So Shadow of the Colossus was shown literally as a remastered. Now they didn't say it was a remaster, but they just call it Shadow of the Colossus. This literally looks so good. They enhanced the graphics, of course. They brought this game back to life pretty much. Like it looks so good and fascinating, and I never really got to play it. I played the demo, but never got a chance to actually play the game itself. And just seeing this come back, I'm like, yes, I am definitely going to be playing this game, and I can't wait for it. And having just Shadow of the Colossus coming back too is like another like big tribute to their games, and that's just awesome. So this one was a really big surprise for me that I was a little shocked. So this is really awesome. First off, so they got the Capcom versus Marvel thing, and they just it was just so fascinating to see them like have, what's that guy, his name? It's the guy with the gauntlet. I can't remember his name. But anyways, having him fight the bad guy in the game, like they were showing a small clip of that, I was so fascinated by that. I'm just like, yes, they have this guy fighting that guy in the game, and I think that's like tremendously awesome. First off, because you're taking this big overlord guy from Marvel, and then you're fighting Ultron with one of the Capcom guys that are fused together, and I think that's phenomenally amazing to see because they both called each other gods. So it's like, yes, bring these two villains together to fight and kill each other and see what happens, and I can't wait for it as well. So after the PlayStation VR, they showed the best game literally out of this conference. Technically, there are two best games out of this, but literally, this is my favorite of choice, the God of War, literally the reboot of this game. This is the most amazing thing for gameplay I've seen for the God of War. They showed literally my prediction. They are bringing the old history of Kratos into the Norse mythology, and literally, I think we saw Loki actually, because he was actually pissing off Kratos in one of the scenes where he threw the axe beside his head, and he was pretty much saying that, oh well, the gods were supposed to be surpassing the Norse mythology and all that stuff, and you're supposed to be strong and all that stuff, but it looks like your gods aren't good enough anymore. The way, like, he was pretty much making fun of them because he is technically the last Roman god. He is the god of war. So, like, Loki making fun of him and his ancestry of like history of being with the Romans. Literally, he was dissing them. He was pretty much saying that you're weak, you're pathetic, and we're better than you. So the next game is Detroit City Become Humans. Now this was definitely something different. I was not expecting it. I thought we were going to see another thing about Connor. Technically, it's a guy that is a robot that is a cop. But the only thing is, though, is that the story changed in this gameplay. Now it looks like the revolution is we're androids and we're going to kill humans. Like, it changed drastically since the last E3. So that really surprised me on that part. I thought we were going to see another Connor thing or something that they're going to show. But no, unless the only thing I can think of is there are two stories that are in play in this game. And just having it like that would be amazing because, one, you get to play two characters. One is a detective who's trying to save humans and androids. At the same time, you have a rebel who is trying to tell all the androids that we are not slaves anymore, kill the humans, and all that stuff. So having two different stories would be really interesting to see what is going to happen and have it connected in a way with these two characters. And of course, to top it all off, they had the final game to end it off, Spider-Man. Yeah, so it is called Marvel Spider-Man. There's nothing else after that. The concept of this game is so amazing. So they have it where it's like you can do stealth mode and stuff like that. You can pretty much swing, run on the buildings and stuff like that. It's definitely something different. Like, the story is different, of course, because I've never heard of this clan of demons. And it's very interesting to bring the Kingpin into this game. It's definitely a different game than any other like Spider-Man games that we have seen, because literally it's been the same thing over and over again, where they've showed the Goblin, the Hawk, and all that stuff. So like having a brand new story to this and showing different characters, of course, like the Kingpin and this guy that pretty much runs like a charity shop or something, who's now like this superpowered guy that has like powers of demons or something. Like, that is something interesting I would definitely like to play. And of course they did show one character who plays as the Black Spider-Man. I can't remember his name. It starts with an M. I think it's Michael. I'm sorry if I'm getting this wrong, but it is literally amazing when I saw the ending to it. So I want to play this game. It's going to be coming out in 2018, and hopefully they do an amazing job when this game comes out, and I think it's going to be good. The way they made this game, the concept of it is literally good since the last game, Sunset Overdrive. They're the people that made Spider-Man, so it's going to be really awesome to see them take that concept from Sunset or Overdrive and put it towards Spider-Man. But anyways, guys, that is it for the Sony E3 conference. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is definitely something on my list of games I'm definitely going to be checking out, and I definitely will be getting that demo for Marvel vs. Capcom, and I'll probably do some videos for you guys. And if you guys want to see that, because definitely I want to see what this story is about for the demo, because literally watching the cutscenes at E3 is literally intriguing to me, and I want to see more of this. So, but anyways, I'll see you guys, of course, in the next videos. Hit that like button for more PlayStation stuff on this channel, and I'll see you guys, of course, in the next videos. Peace out, everybody! Have a great day.